Aloha, it's Kim Jolene with Finding Your Fiji, and I'm here doing your Feng Shui Friday tip for today. So we're continuing the series on Feng Shui cure items, or also known as Feng Shui adjustment items. And today we're going to be talking about mirrors. So mirrors in general are a water energy. They're reflective, right? So they have this little, they have that reflective surface, and that is actually considered water energy. One of the things that I didn't mention about bells when we were talking about bells is that is a metal energy, right? And so we often use the energy of the element, such as metal or water, to balance things within our space when we're doing feng shui adjustments. So mirrors are used in a way to help with balancing sometimes when there's too much fire, or sometimes when we need to calm down a space. We'll use a mirror. We want to make certain that mirrors are kept clean, okay? So any mirrors that you have within your home, you want them to be clean and in good condition. So we don't want to be keeping cracked or chipped mirrors. If you have any of those in your home, they should be replaced. We also don't like sort of the fragmented mirrors where it's they're kind of cut in pieces. So when you look at it, you get a distorted view of yourself. That is not feng shui's friend. We don't like that type of mirror energy, because again, it's like cutting energy. It's cutting you up in pieces essentially, right? So not good. We do also use actually like a what can sometimes be called a gazing ball or a butler ball. That can be used as a mirror energy at times too. And typically that would be outside of the home, exterior of the home. So I've got a couple different mirrors that I'm going to show you. So sometimes we just need a small little mirror. This is a little, a lot of people refer to as a little lipstick mirror. It's 1 inch. These are something that you can find at the craft store, any local craft store. So sometimes the size doesn't matter, and we can use a small mirror like this for adjustments. Then other times we want maybe a little bit bigger mirror. This is a 2-inch mirror. And so these can be used in a number of different ways. We use these when I created, this is actually a sun moon mirror. So it actually has 2 mirrors. It's got a mirror on each side, and there's a whole beautiful ritual that we do to create the sun moon mirror, and they're super powerful. So that is sort of the size that we use for that, although I use these mirrors for other things within homes as well. And then I also have a Bagua mirror here. So the Bagua mirrors are, as you can see, they have the Bagua shape around the outside. They also have, a lot of Chinese writing typically on them. Sometimes they have the trigrams, and then they're usually either convex, where they kind of bow in, which is the case with this one. They're convex, or I'm sorry, concave is when they go in, or convex, where they push out. So these type of mirrors I would never recommend you place in your home unless you consult with a feng shui expert, because they are very powerful, and it's something that you definitely want to be super careful about. They can backfire if you put them in the wrong place. So I just encourage you, if if you're thinking for some reason that you need one of these, or maybe you read something that you feel like you need one, I would really encourage you to consult with a feng shui expert to give you the specific advice on which type and where to place it, right? So that is super important. So we use mirrors in a number of different ways as feng shui adjustments. We use them to expand spaces. We use them sometimes under beams to sort of deflect that cutting energy. As I mentioned, we can use them to add the element of water, where we might need more water in a particular area. We can use them to visually create a window or a back door. So oftentimes we have homes or offices that don't have a back door. So a nice large mirror can create that energetic back door for you. Or it can create a window, because there is a specific door to window ratio that we like to have in Feng Shui. You can use them also sort of to make columns or newel posts disappear. Sometimes we have like a post in the middle of a place that feels awkward, and we might use it there. As I mentioned, we use it to create the sun moon mirror meditation, which is really, really powerful. Often use these in bedrooms to soften what we call a boot or cleaver, to soften that blade edge for the people that are in the bedroom. Sometimes we'll use mirrors to lift the energy of a room, as in the case of a bathroom. We use them to see. So if your desk or your bed is not in a command position, oftentimes a strategically placed mirror will allow you to see the door, which then puts you in a place, kind of puts you back in command, as it were. They can be used in so many different ways. Like I have a huge list of different things: dousing fire, keeping toilets from dousing opportunities if they're over the front door. We use them as a virtual car wash in offices. They can deflect negative energy from cemeteries, hospitals, busy roads, churches, that type of thing. They can pull a bedroom back in, or a kitchen in that is in front of the front door. They can remedy slanted ceilings in bedrooms. They can be used above your desk to provide clarity or vision. They can amp up wealth, because whatever the mirror, whatever the mirror is reflecting, it's doubling. So you want to make sure when you have mirrors that they are actually doubling the good stuff, right? So like doubling your stove burners, which brings more wealth, doubling, whatever is good, is kind of the energy around that, right? And then, they also can protect you from, from sort of that dead end street energy. They can protect, they can be used as protection in bed, or under the bed. Sometimes people use them for protection. I'm pretty careful about using mirrors in bedrooms. So I only use them for very, very specific things, because it's a lot of energy. Mirrors are a lot of energy, and make it more difficult to sleep if you have a lot of mirrors in your bedroom. We also don't want to use them in messy spaces, because we don't want to double the clutter, right? We don't want to multiply the mess. So those are just some really, really quick information and ideas about how we use mirrors in the course of Feng Shui. So they have many, many, many uses, as you've heard from me. And they can be very, very powerful. Even a tiny mirror like this can be very powerful. So we love our mirrors in Feng Shui when they are used appropriately and with the guidance of an expert. So that's what I've got for you for your Feng Shui Friday tip for today. Next week, we're going to be talking about wind chimes and the energy of wind chimes and what they can assist you with in Feng Shui. Much love and aloha.